This is the JAS hypercar that we checked out last week, and it was wild. It is a 2,000 horsepower hypercar, and that got me thinking, just how good is the JAS hypercar? Today, we are gonna find out with a simple question. What's better, a bought hypercar or a built car that we built from the ground up to take down our hypercar on a budget? Before I show you what car we're actually gonna build, let's take the JAS hypercar onto this drag strip over here. This is the drag strip we're gonna use for today. We're gonna give it a couple of runs just to get like a baseline time, and that will be the time we need to beat. We need to engage launch control and then shift it to third. Basically instantly does a wheelie off the line, and then all the way we go. A 6.9 already. That was perfect. Those were perfect gear shifts, as well as a perfect launch. This is now gonna be the time that we need to be with a regular road car. I'm sure this will go really well. I need a 6.5 seconds. Now, let me show you what car I wanted to build today. What do you think my favorite car I ever owned was? You might be saying, it's probably one of your race cars. Nah, maybe it's the Nissan GTR. No, maybe it's the Mustang. Wrong. The answer is a Subaru. It does 0 to 60 in about 3 to 4 business days. Somebody in chat says, get your timers ready. No, you don't need a timer. You need a goddamn calendar. Homie, pull out your abacus. I'm gonna die of old age by the time we get to the finish line. Jeez, dude. Unk status. Frankly embarrassing. And the crust. The... Can I get an F in the chat for that guy? I did a 13.5 second quarter mile, which means I only need to go twice as fast. I'm not gonna lie, I really wasn't expecting the AI to have such a monster skill issue, but that was impressive. I have another question. What's the best type of Subaru? A hatchback or the sedan? Hatchback, hatchback, none, sedan, 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 wagon, hatchback. What if I told you every single one of you is wrong? Because I called up the Australian. How much horsepower does this thing have? Right now, we've got 215 horsepower. How about we start off with a bit of an engine swap? Go from the Subaru 2-liter to a Subaru 2.5 RR. What? Maybe horsepower isn't the answer right out of the gate. I mean, horsepower is definitely going to be the answer. Let me throw this thing on the scale real quick, and I think we'll do a bit of weight reduction. Right now, we're 2,700 pounds. Let me just get rid of, fenders. Actually, let me make my fenders carbon fiber. Oh my God, dude, that actually did help. That helped massively. I'm a carbon fibery lightweight boy. This is actually carbon fiber. It's just been painted to look normal. Chat, you know how for your car, the exhaust comes out the back? What if it came out the front? Look at that. That's a hole for an exhaust. Look at that full carbon fiber bumper. You'll love to see it. Let's do the same thing in the rear with a drag race rear bumper. I assume that's carbon fiber. I need the front mount polished supercharger or turbo. The way the turbo is sitting there and sticks out of the front bumper is wild. And it also helped our horsepower a little bit. So I think we're looking pretty good now. We're also a little bit lighter than we were before. I guess let's just give it a go. I've already got 1,000 horsepower. Oh, sorry. Is this gonna be considerably... Yeah, it's quicker. Yeah, it's a lot quicker. It's a lot quicker, bro. Dude. Did you hear the... Dude, we're already at an 8.7. To go from a 13 to an 8 is pretty easy. To go from an 8 to a 6 is probably going to take us about the next hour and a half. I want to go sub 2,500 pounds. Let's start with the old interior. Say goodbye to that. I don't need a passenger seat. I don't have friends. There we go. And then you know what? What if we change our right seat to a race car seat? That'll save weight. I definitely don't need taillight. Taillights are simply an optional extra that doesn't need to be selected. Could I get rid of my whole dash? Here we go. Lightweight dashboard. Now we're talking. Oh my God, dude. What? Dude, this is sick. Let's also get rid of all of our glass because we don't need that. I definitely don't need a rear bumper. That'll save a tremendous amount of weight. Actually, on the topic, let's get rid of our mirrors as well. Don't need you. You just cause drag. Holy shit, the mirrors are heavy. Sub 2,500 already. All of us are so dumb. You know what we could have got rid of? Rear brakes. Don't need them. Handbrake. I also don't need that. Let's also remove a ton of fuel. You are right. Let's go to like 6 liters of fuel. I don't know how much we're gonna use. I just spent 10 minutes removing every single part off this thing that I could. Was it a massive waste of time? Probably. Watch the lights. Yo, that feels fast. It doesn't feel 6 seconds fast, but it feels quick. 2,400 pounds. Uh-oh. Oh, no brakes, no brakes, no brakes, no brakes. Removing the rear brakes was certainly one of the choices. This is what happened. I definitely need tires now. I want small wheel, but very thick to save as much weight as possible. So like I'd ideally like a 15 by, there we go, 12. Those are certainly some of the tires. I'm not gonna lie, they're a bit big now. Ready? Okay. Dude, that feels fast. That feels hella fast. We've got 45 pounds of boost on this thing. We're crossing the line at 170-ish miles an hour. Yeah. It doesn't stop. Okay. Did we just go goddamn slower? I know the solution to this problem. It's the solution to many problems. How about nitrous? Nitrous oxide injection. Here we go. The engine is blowing up. The engine did blow up slightly. On the bright side, though, I crossed the line at about 200 miles an hour. Good news, faster. Bad news, the gearbox sucks. Our transfer case is just a regular all-wheel drive system. Let's go to a race limited slip one. That'll help put the power down. And we've got a 5-speed manual. Let's go for a race 6-speed sequential. Chat says I also starve the engine of oil. Okay, I could get a bigger oil pan. Race oil pan. If this doesn't go faster, then I think we gotta tune it like a lot. Or we start pulling off the doors and the hood and everything. Here we go. A little bit of trouble putting its power down, but I might be able to fix that with some suspension tuning. Coolant is overheating. That's fine. It didn't affect the run. The car doesn't downshift. The car's not stopping. Not stopping. That felt quick. Is that a 6? Okay. Half a second. That's all. Chat says lightweight radiator. Great shout. Ultra high performance or the drag performance radiator. It doesn't give us extra horsepower, but I don't think we'll, like, you know, blow up. Now I can mess with like my horsepower. So this adjusts where my horsepower goes. This is the power lock rate. I would like my wheels to lock up. So we put all of our power down. Go. Perfect. Final drive ratio. Let's tune these slightly longer. And then you know what? Let me tune my tire pressure down just a bit. I don't know if that'll help either, but I guess we'll see. 1,800 horsepower, 2,500 pounds. Let's get a 6. I want a 6. I think it can do it. Wait, engine disabled? Wait, did it just run out of fuel? Chat, don't say I know what's wrong with it. Don't run out of fuel on the line. Chat, it's faster. It's a lot faster. What was that? Do I have a wheelie bar? I went slower, but I wasn't expecting that. As it turns out, I might need to use something called throttle control. These last 0.5 seconds are gonna be so difficult to get. It's not even funny. Dude, I'm back to a 7.7. What if I take the power bias and put more of it towards the front? That might help us do less of a wheelie. There is no way it will do a wheelie when it's front wheel drive bias. Essentially what... Did you just see? Was that my fuel? Did fuel just go all over my car? Essentially what I've just done is I've taken the power 65 from the back and I've now made it 30% in the front. It brakes a little bit and it... Wait, it put a hole in my fuel tank. It put a hole in the fuel tank. How do I have a hole in the fuel tank? I've genuinely never seen that in my life before. I think I'm gonna bring the wheels back in. At this rate, I think we might just need to run with a popped fuel tank and just hope we get a good enough run and then just focus on getting to the end with enough fuel and enough speed. I think we just focus on the bouncing. We get a clean launch and we're good and we're gone. Let me change my coilovers. Let me just change them from race to like rally coilovers. I've now gone from race suspension to rally suspension in the hope that it does something. My tire pressure might be a little bit low, but I think the rally suspension has helped. Okay, I gotta make my gears longer. We're redlining. We're on to this. Rally suspension is better than race suspension. I don't know why. I don't understand that either. Okay, so let me make it more front wheel drive now. 37. I probably should have messed with my tire pressure. Kind of forgot about that. 68 pounds of boost. That's it. That's it. That's it. Come on. Come on. Come on. That was it. That was our best one. Our best one. That, I guarantee you, is in the 6s. Oh my god, it doesn't stop. Use the tree! Okay, the tree slowed me down. Yes! 6.8! We are back on track, baby! What do we do when we come to every single problem and we're too slow? That's right, we throw more horsepower in it. 75 PSI of boost. Now we've got 2,000 horsepower. I mean, let's see if it works. More horsepower. The Jeremy Clarkson strategy. Good. Dude, that feels fast. Dude, that feels so fast. Dude, that feels so fast. Do I need more tire pressure now? Yes. Yeah, so let me flip this around because it is front wheel drive. My bad. Here we go. This is the one. I can feel it. Go, 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 car. Go, go. 240. The game says we crossed the line at. Use the tree to stop. Thank you. That was it. That was it. That has to be it. That's 2 hours of my life. Yes! A 6.4. Yes! As it turns out, instead of getting a hypercar, you should just go buy a Subaru and then throw most of it away. Except keep the rally suspension and maybe get a fuel tank.